Hello everyone, thanks for joining us once again on this channel, and thanks to my lovely wife. We've got another adventure. I've got a knife making course at a place called Oldfield Forge in Herefordshire, and it's in a village called Garway, or just outside a village called Garway. Well, that's quite a ways from me, and I'm working on the day beforehand, and the course will be starting at 9 o'clock in the morning, so I don't want to be getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, heading over, doing a 6-hour course in a red hot forge, and then driving all the way back again. No, that's not me. And the best thing about Garway is you can come with me. Now, as you know, I like camping, especially wild camping, and this place in Herefordshire is, let's just say, it's not a camper's dream. I spoke to the people from the course, and the only thing overnight in the region for at least half an hour's drive is hotels, bed and breakfast, B&Bs, pubs, you name it. There is no camping sites, which in this beautiful countryside, in the beautiful county of Herefordshire, is an absolute crime in my eyes. So when I say you can come with me, I'm going to take you along, and I'm going to tell you my plan now, so you can follow me on Google Earth, because that's how I've managed to, or well, I say managed, that's what I'm planning to base my camping on. So first of all, just put in Garway, G-A-R-W-A-Y, Herefordshire. That will take you to a place roughly north of Monmouth, and about 20 miles south of the actual town of Hereford. When I get there, I'll be leaving from work about 5:30 in the evening. It'll be dark by 6:30, so when I get there I'll be blind. There's a pub, there's a school, and there's a village hall. That's it. I've got 3 options in this town, or sorry, this village. So in Garway there is a church called St Michael's Church, and it's linked to the Knights Templars, and it's a very old historical church, and my plan is to get to the church, not the church hall, the town hall or the village hall, where there's a footpath going down to one side of it. I'll follow that footpath through the field down to the corner of the field, and there's a group of trees there which may sustain my stealth camping. It's far enough away for me not to be able to be spotted in the night, as long as I don't use any lighting. Now plan B will be the graveyard. Now west across the field into the churchyard, and set up in some of the trees there. If not, it'll be bivvying down on the floor. I'll probably be tired enough by then. So thumbs up. Let's hope that first plan goes to plan. Should that fail, should that not be suitable, plan C is carry on. And I've seen opposite the pub there's a massive field. Now I could go bivvy down in on the grass in my bivvy bag, or I could travel down the end of the field and hang my hammock in the trees near the park. No one around, it should be pretty good. Basic stealth camping, have something to eat get my head down early, get up nice and early, have a look around before I head off to do the course. That's what wild camping's all about. Many of us wild camp and we enjoy wild camping, but more and more we tend to find places where we have permission, then have to pay a fee, then have to be off by a certain time. You can't have a fire, you don't know whether you can do certain things. So this is just going to be a wild stealth camp. No one's going to know I'm there, hopefully. I'll get up in the morning, pack my kit up, back to the car, off to the forge, do my course, and then from the course I'm going to head up to what is called Garway Hill. Now Garway Hill is about half a mile away, and I think it's 360 something feet above sea level, but on top there's a cairn with directions on it and an old World War II radio station that was used by the RAF. Now it's been knocked down basically, but you've still got the hexagonal walls, and they're about 8 feet high, and you can get in there and shelter from the wind. Now my plan is, if all goes to plan, I'll go recce, see if it's able to camp in, and try to hang my hammock within that radio tower. That should be a very interesting stealth camp. Not only stealth camping, but without the tarp on top, I can just lie in my hammock and gaze at the stars. It should be fantastic for minimal air pollution, light pollution. So stargazing should be amazing. I don't think that my cameras are good enough to pick out stars and stargaze. Let you stargaze with me, but I'll try. Now, sorry, I'm eating a sweet from my throat. Now, plan B is on day 2, if the stealth camp on the radio tower doesn't work, I'll carry on over the top of the hill, down one of the foot trails and into the wooded area. And hopefully find somewhere which is suitable to set up. Now that's quite far away from any visible buildings and that, so I should be able to get a good night's kip there, maybe even have a fire. But I'm not really interested in having a fire. I'm interested in having a sleep, looking around at nature, stargazing. So ideally the top of the radio station will be good. Top of the hill at the radio tower would be perfect. There's not a lot to be said on videos, YouTube and that, about Garway and Garway Hill. So what I'll do is I'll try to find places for you to go and let you know where they are, so you can follow and find places to stealth camp too. Wild camping isn't strictly legal, so wherever I go camping, you know where I'll go camping, but it doesn't mean to say that you can go there. It's up to you. If you follow my footsteps and go there, that's up to you. It's not my I'm not giving you permission. That's the legal bit though. So let's go. I'm so excited about this. So not only do I get to go camping, not only do I get to go and make my own knife, I get to go wild camping, and I get to do it 2 nights in a row. The reason I wild camp is adrenaline. You're going somewhere, you don't know where you're going. It's a mystery, it's an adventure. So join me on this adventure and maybe we can have some fun on the way. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll answer every comment, ask me any questions, and let's see if we can have some fun. Bye! So at this moment in time we're in Hereford. Horrendous winds, freezing cold, and worst of all, I've lost my phone with all today's footage on it and yesterday's footage. So I'm going to have to look for that again in the morning when it's too dark. Here is Garway Hill radio tower, and there is the whole of Garway. Garway's down that way. Oh, it is. Was it? Oh, it was down there. Let's get back in the warmth. Right, you might just be able to see it. That's me tarp. Luckily they've got these type of fittings in the wall here. It just happens to be the right size for my hammock under here. Don't know if you can see, but that's the temp for the night. Well, as you can see, it's a really grey day. You might be able to make out the mountains if I can zoom in at all. We are at the top of Garway Hill, and that's the radio station there. Let's go round this way. You might not be able to hear me. The wind is howling, and this is the beacon for the top, and all the writing's long gone off that. So plan A for today was to sleep in this. There's the rest of the mountains. There's a nice hall down there somewhere. Okay, so I came in and I found these fantastic things attached to the wall in 4 different locations. So I used them to hang my tarp and my hammock up, and there you have it. Now it looks like a brilliant place. In here the wind was 10 times less than outside, but saying that, it was still horrendously cold in here, and
all that noise really stops you from sleeping well. So I didn't have a good night, especially thinking about looking for my phone in the morning, as I've lost my phone on the hill. Had 3 trips out, spent a couple of hours looking, may have to come back again. And as you can see, the wind instantly changes as soon as you come in and out. But it was devastating last night, freezing cold, and I won't be sleeping in a concrete building again, because I could feel the heat being sucked out of me by that concrete. You just felt it absorbing all your heat. It was all I could do to keep warm, or keep from packing up and going home. Right, I'll get back to you later.
Hey guys, how's it going? Out for a nice COVID exercise. Well, as you can see, I'm not walking around Coventry Town Centre, that's for sure. I'm out here, Camp Arrow, enjoying the beautiful countryside. Tom and his dad's been, and the farmer's been hard at work, chopping in these footpaths around the outside, extending the length of the park or the field massively. I mean, this was all underwater in the start of March. I'm sure you've seen the photos. Well, this little part is aimed at kind of explaining what happened in Garway in the middle of March, just before the real start of the lockdown with Camp Arrow. What do you reckon, guys? Is a place for to put a couple of trees for hammocks? What do you reckon? I think it might be a bit too wet over this side. Now this area I've never been to. Well, this particular part, I mean, if you go to here, it's a bit boggy down here, but if you look over there, that's where we have the swing, and the used to have the jetty. So yeah, what happened in March? Me, I happened in March. I don't recall you. Don't know if you watched the start of it. I was talking about the best laid plans going skew-if. Well, I think that's what did happen, and whether you call it a best laid plan or not, which I'm not convinced myself, ultimately the problem with the wild camp was me. Firstly, piss poor planning produces piss poor performance. Now, I explain that way, sort of kind of justify myself, but you can't really. I'd never been to the site, so I couldn't recce it. Going ad hoc, normally I'd do this and I'd go ad hoc, and it's not a problem, I can adapt and overcome. But the second thing was, I didn't plan for the weather. The weather had been horrendous. Everywhere had been flooding. But old Johnny Big Balls here thought he could get away with it. And that meant that plan A, plan B, C, D, E and all the others went out the window, due to the fact that most of the sites that I'd picked were only accessible in a reasonable weather, and the weather wasn't reasonable. Most of the areas were underwater, and you like knew that. Camp Arrow, be free. Yeah, so hadn't took the weather serious enough. I wasn't able to, but was willing to go and ad hoc it. Even things like a pub that I'd planned on having a nice leisurely drink by the castle was closed, and I wasn't aware of it. Closed for renovations. Now look at this, all this wide area here. This was all overgrown last year, and they've done a brilliant job. I mean, I've offered to come down and help, and they've never called me. But you know, sometimes they just want to get on with it. But I'm going to see what I can do today. So yeah, I'd also crammed too much events or too much into it. I'd spent the whole first day looking for a camp because all the camps were unsuitable, and strangely enough, at the community centre, behind the community centre, I found a big wood which was basically somebody's bushcraft centre. I don't know whether it was a village centre, I don't know. I couldn't talk to anybody because like COVID social distancing was coming in, and no shaking hands, and you know, get to know people. Everybody's suspicious of anybody new. Yeah, this bushcraft centre, it wasn't a centre, it was just somebody had been camping there, but it also got like a shepherd's hut caravan on it, which I was guessing that somebody was running it and would not take kindly to me wild camping. As it turns out, all the other options were in the bin, and I basically had no other choice but to go over there and this river here, it's about 6-7 foot deep there when you swim in it. Lovely. Yeah, I had no other choice but to stealth camp there. No fire. I'd park my car somewhere where I'd basically couldn't return till morning, and then realised I'd left my water in the boot. Again, piss poor planning on my part. So I managed to go there at quite late, at about 10 o'clock. Get up at 6 o'clock. There was a dog walker, I'm pretty sure he seen me, I heard him. But I got in there, I slept, and then I left. Made my breakfast at the community centre on my Swedish stove, and set off to the old forge to make my knife, which was a fantastic day. I'll just sit here. Oh. Yeah, it's a fantastic day, and that, you know, had I not done that, it would have been a bit of a washout. To be fair, I wouldn't have been happy. And although, you know, like that evening, I was very, very unhappy. I was totally focused on finding the phone that I dropped, because of my own fault again. I'd put it in an unsuitable pocket. I couldn't remember where I'd sat down and stopped, and I looked for hours and hours and hours, and those hours that I could have been looking for a good campsite in the woods, I was looking for my phone. So again, that was a plan that didn't go to plan. And also, I'd set my heart in camping in the radio tower, and truth be known, I was set on camping there before I'd even found those cleats on the wall to hang my hammock and tarp from. Again, the amount of time that I took looking for my phone, I drank my water, the water that I had with me, so therefore I ended up not having a hot drink.
not having some hot noodles and that, going to bed and keeping the warmth from the inside. Excuse me. So that plan was crap as well. So from there, what else went wrong? I don't know. I decided I was too tired, it was too cold. You see the wind blowing outside the tower, it was quite horrendous, and it was raining, so I decided to cut my losses, get into bed, eat a cold. Luckily I'd cooked my sausages and that I'd planned to eat in the evening. I was only going to reheat them with the noodles, but I ate my stuff cold and didn't warm up. And then in the morning I ended up, again, I had cold sausages for breakfast, which is fine. It's, I mean, I was staying warm, the sun was up, the weather was relatively good, but again I spent hours looking for my phone with no luck, and I pretty much know where it is now. I just can't. Obviously with COVID lockdown, there's no way I can get back there for now, and it's probably dead, like died of a death of water and sheep shit. So I was, at the time, I was so preoccupied and so peed off, I just couldn't think of anything straight. And had I been in a right frame of mind, I'd have gone back to the old field forge, because I've got a little camera with me, I'd have took the photography of the shop and all the wares that they did. It's brilliant. Old field forge, make your own knife, special event, birthday events, things, recommended. I will put the link down here to the site. They're going to need as much business as they can in future, because obviously they've been closed down because it's people with people. You just can't do it nowadays. So yeah, the problem being the wild camp was totally and utterly my fault, my state of mind. Yeah, the weather was making me feel miserable. I lost my phone, it made me feel even worse. I hadn't got my water with me, I was feeling like a right loser. But these things happen, and got a new phone now. I'm warm, I've got water, I've got food. I'm not camping, but I'm just exercising, and all the things that went wrong seemed massive at the time. And to be fair, when you're cold, everything feels massive. Cold and miserable, everything is a problem. So that's basically what went wrong with it, and it won't go wrong again, because I know better than, I take my own advice and don't camp in a brick building or a rock building without a fire. You just can't. It will just suck the life out of you. 2, keep yourself insulated. Get some insulation in your sleeping bag. My insulated mat, Monnow top or whatever it is, I'll have a look if I can get a picture of that, went down in 20 minutes. It was like, oh my God, is anything going to go right for me? But even blowing it up every couple of hours, it still wasn't enough. It was still a rough night. There you go, guys. Make more plans, recce the site, think about the weather, think about how to secure your camera equipment and charge batteries and stuff like that. I couldn't even go back and look and ring the phone, because the battery was dying. It was probably dead by the time I was looking for it, as it goes. How about these trees behind here then? Now I don't know about you, but some of those trees look like they're about 5 metres apart. And these two about 7 metres apart. And I'm hoping that these stay, because in future, maybe next year, the year after, these could be our hammocking spots, guys. You know, I can see a hammock between those two. Which way? That way to that way. A hammock between those two to that way. And a hammock between these two to there. And even if you're desperate, all the way across to over there. If you really wanted to, you could hang a hammock. Now look at the mosquitoes flying around here, so you might not want to. You could hang a hammock from there over to there. Desperation, I wouldn't plan putting one from there over to there. So, basically guys, thanks for coming with me. Sorry it was a bit of a washout, like the whole first day's camping or videos and things that I'd made in the bin on a field somewhere. The worst thing is that camera's got 10 quid in the wallet and a 64 gig memory card in the phone itself with, oh god, probably a year's worth of photography and videos on it. So that's me apologising for the state of this video. So what can I say? Get out there as soon as the COVID lockdown's over. Enjoy your camping. And bye for now. Happy camping, guys.
And the worst thing, or the best thing, about the place, Garfield,